I think the Premier League is the objective for me, because it's the biggest dream a coach can have. At least this is how I feel it. But as I said, stage one for now. Let's keep improving. Let's keep doing it, with the hunger and motivation that I am, and then the time will tell what comes for the future. As I said.
Yeah, we were speaking to our colleague Carbe last night on this situation, and our understanding is Andoni Iraola, Marco Silva and Xabi Alonso are among the managers Chelsea are discussing as potential replacements for Liam Rosenior this summer. Let's start with Iraola, who will leave Bournemouth at the end of the season after 3 years in charge at the club. He's been linked with a return to Athletic Bilbao, who he represented during his playing career. Let's look at Marco Silva now, someone we all know very well in the Premier League. His contract at Fulham runs out in 2 months. Now, he's got plenty of previous Premier League experience, having been head coach at Hull, Watford and Everton, and all in all has been very successful. Right, someone else we know, it's mainly from his playing days in England, Xabi Alonso, currently out of work after being sacked by Real Madrid in January over 7 months in charge. But as you can see there, he did excel in his previous job at Bayer Leverkusen, winning the German double in the 23-24 season.
Who would I like? I mean, I hear Newcastle, not all Newcastle fans, a few Newcastle fans, about him being under pressure, Eddie Howe. I take Eddie Howe. My problem is at Chelsea now, and the way it is and the way it's all run, I think they'll be always getting a manager that's grateful to manage Chelsea instead of a top drawer. I think the days of your Mourinho's, your Contes, your Tuchels, your Ancelotti's, them top, where, the club are grateful for them being the manager of the club. I think now they'll be looking at managers that are grateful to come in and manage Chelsea because the way they run the club and the way it is. And Areola, Bournemouth, very good manager, very like stats. These kind of managers will come and they'll look and they'll go, Chelsea have been outrunning every single Premier League game this season. That's how do you turn that around? How do you turn? This is not this is not an ageing football team. This is one of the youngest teams in the Premier League. So for them to get outrun in every single football match is worrying, and I think top managers will look at that and think there's a lot to be done. There's a lot. They need a couple of experienced players. There's a few players that shouldn't be there. They need players in. This is a big job, and I ain't sure one of the big boys will take it.
I think the Premier League is the objective for me, because it's the biggest dream a coach can have. At least this is how I feel it. But as I said, stage one for now. Let's keep improving. Let's keep doing it, with the hunger and motivation that I am, and then the time will tell what comes for the future. As I said, I'm very sure about myself in terms of I know what I want to do, but at the same time I know there's so much learning to do, and that's why I start here. It's a great opportunity for me to also start in youth. Because obviously the club is growing. We're trying to do things, professionally, the way that maybe these boys have not done before, and it's a part as well of